n'abantu bo bagendekana ku calling performance nasaye kusara nasaye okuhezi nasaye okuheburamu nasaye Setani ukureta zishida mu middle of the performance nasaye riswa Setani ukureta confusion mu middle of the performance nasaye riswa nasaye Setani ukukora sauti zitu zigote mu middle of the performance nasaye riswa Asante sana nasaye Sara gagosi kubitula kurita Yesu Kristo amen Nasaye
The theme for this exhibition is basically connections between then and now. The three main themes are African spiritualism, which is a very big subject. A lot of people have many things to say about African spiritualism. There's also lost history and Afrofuturism. Many people may wonder what is Afrofuturism, because when you talk about Afrofuturism, people think about spaceships and, the sci-fi angle. But I think Afrofuturism applies to all spheres of life, all spheres of life in whatever we do, and we just have to find that connection and how we can apply it.
I am a culture enthusiast, as you can tell. And I'm also the lead curator at a Glance, which is a gallery / museum / all the content for African spirituality and lost history that you want. For now, you'll find it there. I think for me, Afrofuturism for Africa has already happened. Someone asked me, what is Afrofuturism? And I said, it's the past. It's the past that we already lived. When we were green, when we were cooking food from 3 stones. Have you gone to Shags and then you've tasted the food that tastes like smoke, right? For me, I find that's the taste of culture.
Today's exhibition is just for the beginning of a very curious journey by not just the 8 artists who have taken part, but anybody else here who would want to jump into this train for Kesho Afrika. And that is why we say we have the connection between then and now into the future. Kesho Afrika is a very curious journey by 8 artists through photography, through their acrylics on canvas, through oil paint, through graphite, through ink pens, through pencils, to try and learn the history of our continent, of our tribes, of our ancestors, so that we can be in touch with what we truly are as Africans.
I want to mention that our generation, who are also called millennials, have kind of lost touch to African culture. We have a lot of westernization through pop culture, through the novels that we read, the music that we listen to, the movies and all other things, comic books. So I would like to encourage all of us who are the leaders of tomorrow, who are the forerunners of what the society will look like in the next maybe 40 to 50 years from now. Let us try to empower ourselves with a little bit of history, with a little bit of information about our culture as Africans. We can start that with being a bit curious about our own ethnic communities. There's so many resources in the National Museums of Kenya and the Kenya National Archives. You can access microfilms, which is open to the public. You can access so many archives. You can see how the Agikuyu, the Luo, the Kamba, the Turkana used to dress, the different practices that we had. from food to dressing and to even the spiritual practices that we had. And that is the main focus of all our artworks. We're trying to reconnect the youth, which is a big number of you, to our African culture. Immerse yourself into the awesomeness of the art and feel free, make friends, take selfies, tweet #Kesho Afrika.
The interesting thing about today is that we stand at the beginning of a very big project. What we believe is a movement, what we believe is one of the strongest things ever for Kenyan artists to appreciate their origins, to appreciate our ancient history, to appreciate our culture, to appreciate being African. And today is just a beginning for Kesho Afrika, and we are calling out to artists of all kinds: music, performing arts, theatre, visual arts, fine artists, music, poetry, storytelling, everybody, even design, to jump on board and we work together, we collaborate so that we can do stuff that truly appreciates and resonates with our African culture. So we have a number of activities coming up. We shall be having a festival in November of this year, and we shall also be having a number of forums. So we call on all artists to check out on our platforms at Karakana online and elsewhere, so that you can see what's happening and be part of it.
We are so excited to see young artists dreaming and being curious about the past, about our history, our ancestors, and incorporating that with the present while looking forward to the future. So it's amazing. I mean, people just have to come out and see it.